Colorado takes out Delaware. And safe to say, Ryan Staub saves the day for Colorado at quarterback, to say the least. Matt, I want to start with you. Your takeaways from Colorado's victory versus Delaware. Go ahead.
Oh, boy. I'm glad they won. The more I think about it, the more I kind of like what Coach Prime did, trying to figure out who he's going to play. MLS, Martin Luther Staub seems like the guy to me. Now that the sensitivity level is, I've never seen anything like it before. Like, sensitivity towards competition is a thing now. I mean, I talked to you about the messages I got that I'm going to keep to myself right now. But if it continues to happen, I will talk about it. Trust me, because it's kind of ridiculous. I don't decide who plays receiver. I don't decide who plays and who doesn't. I'm reacting to it just like everybody else. So I'd love to see Staub with the ones and go out there at Houston on Friday night and see if it's real or if it was just Delaware and him coming off the bench. I'd like to see Juju start and play a full game. I just don't see where that's going to happen unless you're going to start Staub against Houston and then not, if he plays well, and then not start him against Wyoming, which doesn't make sense to me, but this is very unconventional, to say the least, in every regard. So why wouldn't Wyoming be used as a preseason game too, if Delaware was? Because that's essentially what it is. If we're listening to the way Coach Prime is talking about it, a team that they think they can just mop up and figure out who's playing quarterback, I'm cool with all that as long as they win football games. I like the way they ran the football. I thought it was better. I was pretty concerned in the first half that it seemed like we were kind of playing 500 ball for a little bit, but then we got back to what we do. I'm not sure what Salter did to lose the job. I'm not sure what Juju did to lose the job, but I know what Staub did to win it. So well said. I think 16 deserves to start on Friday night. That is not an indictment on the other two guys, but I would imagine he'll be your starter on Friday night against Houston at Houston, which is they are not Delaware, and they are much improved, and they are a good football team that's got a really good head coach and the good philosophy, and they're tough-minded, and I think it'll be a really good test for us. Now, I've never seen anything like this before. I've never seen a coaching staff approach anything like this, but it seemed to work. And one thing that I do love about it, well, there's a lot of things that I like about it. I don't really have anything against it. I can't really sit here and say they're wrong in any way. I've never seen this happen before, so I'm viewing it just like everybody else. It puts every single person on notice. Like, unbelievable, bro. If you're a player on this football team and you're in the 2 or 3 deep and you don't think you're going to play, I'm sorry, but that is not true. If somebody's not doing their job, they're going to be replaced on this football team. And I love that shit. And you know what? Salter wasn't even doing that bad.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
And, look, Juju kind of got thrown in, and I agree with Coach Bryant. I sent you a bunch of different clips, and hopefully we got all of them. Talking about how Juju's young, and like we got to make sure that we protect him and develop him correctly. Well, I hope that Juju and his camp hears that and understands the situation that they're in. Like if the sensitivity level is going to go through the roof because of who's on the field at wide receiver and the O-line doesn't block for my guy, and that, like things are different for him than they are for the other two quarterbacks. I didn't see that. But also I wasn't looking for that either. I don't see like a Salter package of players, a Juju package of players, and then Staub gets Sincere. No, Sincere's been on the field all year. So I love the competition. I want to see more of it. I think it'd be good to probably open it up at other position groups, to be completely honest with you, especially if you're going to do it at quarterback. And honestly, bro, This kid's been in the program or in Schumer's offense for 3 years. He was on the 1-11 team. Like he's one of the last holdovers, like last of the Mohicans here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to say he's earned this, but I'm telling you, I talk about this all the time. When they knock, are you ready to answer the door? And he was ready and prepared. And I have a hard time on this narrative that I'm hearing behind the scenes by certain people, where it's like the offense was different, the personnel was different, everything was different for him than it was for the other two, and that's why he's successful. And I'm like, it's the same exact offensive line, the same offensive coordinator, the same head coach, the same personnel of people. Like different receivers rotated in for Staub than did for Juju and Salter, and that's why he's successful. And that seems to me like somebody just wants the job given to them rather than, taking it. And that's like Juju didn't do anything to screw up his opportunity. He's 17 years old, needs to learn the speed of the game. You could tell Delaware like heated him up when he walked in. They started blitzing the rookie hard, and the offensive line didn't really prepare for a couple of those blitzes and got beat, and he got sacked. That's not on him. Right now, it's not. He needs to learn all that, but it's not on him right now. You would hope the veterans up front would pick that up, and they didn't. He had a couple of good plays, but at the same time, I don't know if he was in there for long enough to really do anything. But Staub went straight in with the same exact group of people and the same situation, and just started pushing the ball downfield. So, am I going to sit here and say that Patty and Dion and everybody only called plays that push the ball downfield for him? That doesn't make any sense. That's playing favorites for a third-string quarterback. And so I think that there's a ton of potential here to motivate your football team from top to bottom. And there's also a ton of potential to figure out who's there for them and who's there for us. Like if you're there for yourself first, because he said this, I sent you another video about you don't like what's happening, jump in the portal. I don't care if you jump in the portal, jump in it. Did you get everything I sent you?
Well, yeah, I have a bunch of videos to show. Yeah,
so he just doesn't care. He's unconventional, and if you're there for the team and you can handle the ebbs and flows of competition, and this guy's going to play today and you're not, cool. If you're not, and it's all about you and you want to leave, he's cool with that too. Like I like that because that's the kind of coach I am. You're either 100% in or you're 100% out. So, this is a crazy ass situation, and I like the way Prime did it on Saturday. The beating Delaware is awesome. If they wouldn't have won that game, I would probably be the most depressed human being alive. But look, Houston is a really good football team, so this is a big test. Okay, Georgia Tech at home was a big test. I thought that there's a lot of things that they did wrong and a lot of things they did right, and it was a close game. They could have won, but they lost. I didn't think they played to win. This was a tune-up game. Find out some stuff about your team. Houston is your first conference game on the road, and damn it, is it important. So it's Friday night prime time. This kid's going to have every light in the world shined on him. And if he doesn't start, then the other two guys have to be ready. And you know what? The other two guys, if you don't start, whoever starts needs to be ready to play and win and play the whole game, okay? But whoever doesn't start needs to be ready as if they're the starter. A good backup prepares like he's the starter. That's why this kid stepped in and had so much success, because he was preparing the whole time like he was going to start even though he wasn't playing. I'm not saying Juju didn't do that. I'm saying this kid's been in the program in Pat's system for 3 years and probably has a better understanding of both the other two quarterbacks combined on what Schumer's trying to do and how he's trying to do it, because he watched Shador do it and he's been in the meeting room with them for so long.
Sure, yeah.
It matters. So, again, man, the sensitivity level towards my opinion about what's happening and like a couple of posts on Twitter, that doesn't show me that you're very confident. That shows me that you're a little sensitive towards somebody who's I'm simply just the next player that's giving my opinion, man. I don't make any calls. I'll be up there for the Wyoming game with a bunch of Dungeon family for recruiting trips, and I'm sure they're going to offer Roper that night and all that shit. a couple other guys, maybe we'll see. If you have such a problem with it, then we can sit down and talk about how you think I influence offensive calls and shit, and like who's on the field, and I just, you got to roll with the people that you're with, and whoever's on the field in that circumstance, the 11 that are there, you guys got to do your jobs. So I think that there's a lot of opportunity in every facet of the game here, from personnel to competition to maximizing the offense to maximizing the running game. You notice how when Staub came in, they started playing more 2D safety, and it opened up the run game more because they knew they were going to get beat over the top now. So, there's a lot to improve on. We can't be too excited about this,